World Humanitarian Airlift, a division of Dragon Air Leasing and Rental, LP, limited partnership. We find out where the conditions are the worst, and that's where we want to be. We go to places where others are not going, and that's where we want to be. We are World Humanitarian Airlift. I am Ray Robinson, Principal Managing Director, United States Air Force veteran, African airline pilot with 10,000 hours in continent. We invite you to participate in our effort to raise 35,000 United States dollars. The proceeds will be utilized to purchase one used Piper Apache PA-23 twin-engine aircraft to aid disadvantaged pilots to build flying hours to surmount the FAA's Federal Aviation Administration new regulations and address a United States congressional mandate in the Airline Safety and Federal Aviation Administration Extension Act of 2010 to ensure that both pilots and co-pilots receive the ATP Airline Transport Pilot's License. The rule requires first officers, also known as co-pilots, to hold an airline transport pilot certificate, requiring 1,500 hours total time as a pilot. Previously, first officers were required to have only a commercial pilot certificate, which requires 250 hours of flight time. The rule also requires first officers to have an aircraft type rating, which involves additional training and testing. These new regulations in the United States stem in part from the tragic crash of Colgan Air 340 Continental Connection, the Havilland-8 Q400 at Buffalo International Airport in February 2009. As you note, the differential of 250 hours to 1,500 hours is vast and great expense to disadvantaged prospective first officers. Dragon Air Leasing and Rental has developed a vision and plan, TTP, tactics, training, and partnership, which entails volunteer pilots to build flying hours required for the ATP certificate. Each flight carries medical personnel and medical supplies. World Humanitarian Airlift brings hope and the possibility of a better future to people who need it. Most people others cannot reach. World Humanitarian Airlift carries out ab initio solo flight time building, training, and ab initio solo flight scholarship Forgotten Warriors. World Humanitarian Airlift, a division of Dragon Air Leasing and Rental, will provide Bush Essential Air Service in Juba, South Sudan, Africa. Volunteer pilots receive a monthly stipend of $250 United States dollars, domicile quarters and meals, and travel to and from the United States on Ethiopian Airlines on 6-month rotations. With your help, we can keep disadvantaged pilots in the airline hiring pipeline. Time building with World Humanitarian Airlift fulfills the ATP time requirement as well. Providing badly needed air logistics to NGOs in Africa. Service to African NGOs is provided free. Please visit worldhumanitarianairlift.com, featuring Forgotten Warriors, and DragonAirLeasing.com.